We're talking about the Dak Prescott contract, and listen, you brought up another one. The Patrick Mahomes contract is just, I mean, it is.
Exactly.
And okay, here's the difference with Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion. You tell me if I'm wrong, okay? Patrick Mahomes had that unique situation where not only were the Chiefs investing in a young quarterback, but they were also rewarding a young quarterback. And you know better than anybody as a player, you usually don't see that in the National Football League. It's either we're investing or maybe we're rewarding, but your reward isn't going to be that high if they think your best days are behind you. That's just the reality of it, okay? That's what's unique to me, Joique, about the Patrick Mahomes contract, because it was that perfect world that united. You're still investing in a young guy that already has done incredible things, including winning a Super Bowl. So you're still investing in him, but you're also rewarding him for what he did. Do you think that plays a part in that mind-blowing contract he got?
It does. It does to a certain extent. You look at Matthew Stafford, the numbers he put up when he signed this big deal, and you look at what Patrick Mahomes did in his career. You don't see that. It's either one or the other, like you said. Look at Le'Veon Bell. Different position, right? He's not going to get the contract he deserves.
No, sir.
Those days are past.
No, sir.
And so in this league, it's more of a timing league, right? You know you have to get paid within this certain time frame. And sometimes players, they like to have their best season around their contract year because it's about timing. If I have a bad year, my contract year, it doesn't matter if I put up 2,000 yards a year before. They're going to look at that year, and that can really hurt you down the line. And it's the business of the game to try to get the best players for the cheapest amount. And they didn't do that with Patrick Mahomes, and that's a great organization. That's a classy move as well.
Absolutely,
yeah.
No doubt. And you know what? I think if anything, the point that you just brought up goes to re-emphasize again how quarterbacks are held on a different trajectory than other players. I've heard you speak about running backs are jobbed in this league.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I mean, they are.
Yeah.
That position, and this is another argument that I've made with people over the years, and I don't hear the counter argument too much anymore. The running back position has become devalued in the NFL.
Yes.
Period.
I've spoke with GMs and presidents of teams throughout my time being out of the NFL, and they would tell you that we can go get a running back off the street, all right, to come in and do a decent job. They don't have to do a great job, but they can do a decent job. I remember when I was hurting in New Orleans my second year playing, and I had a hairline fracture in my knee and some other things going on, and I sat out for a couple weeks on the practice squad, and they brought a guy in off the street, and the head coach pulled me in his office and said, "Listen, Joe, you have to be available because, we brought a guy in off the street, and he looked really good, all right? It's a guy off the street that was on the couch last week and came in that could have took my job, but luckily I fought for it, and I was able to keep my job there. But that's how easy it is to replace a running back in the NFL. You can't do that with a quarterback often, to have an elite quarterback to lead your team to a Super Bowl.
I'm going to get to Dak's contract in just a second, but something that's going to support what you were saying. I think, number one, look at where running backs are being drafted now. You have to be blind if you can't see how the position has been devalued in the National Football League. And I think the second part of that is our boy Scott Bischoff said to me, and I think you and I touched on this with him last week, when the Giants drafted Saquon, and the guy's a stud. I mean, he's a stud. He's a do-everything stud. He questioned why they drafted him at that point in time, and I was like, he's a stud. What are you talking about? And he said, my concern with Saquon Barkley is this. When the Giants are ready to be good, 3, 4, 5 years from now, when they finally decide who their quarterback of the future is, in one man's opinion, I don't know if Danny Dimes is the man, okay? I don't know about that. There's some people that, wait till he has more around him. I just don't see a whole hell of a lot out of Danny Dimes. I got to be honest with you. But the interesting thing about it to me, Joique, is he brought up a great point. He said, okay, let's say it's 4 years from now, it's 5 years from now. They're going to use this guy in every way possible. He is going to be the true workhorse back, a guy without a Reggie Bush for his Joique Bell, or a Joique Bell for his Reggie Bush. How much wear and tear is going to be on his body? And you know what? We're starting to see it. We are. We're starting. The guy's been dinged up. It is. Joique, you live this life. You can speak on this better than anybody.
I'm gonna tell you,
you're in multiple car crashes a year.
This is the difference between running back and quarterback. It's the hits you take. It's the every time you get the ball, you're running. You have 300-pounders running to tackle you. You're coming downhill on linebackers going 100 miles per hour. You're breaking tackles. You're in the midst of pileups after pileups. You don't know what happens at the bottom of those pileups. The twisted ankle, pokes in the eye. I mean, things happen that you won't be able to see on camera, right? These things happen over and over again. And over a certain amount of time, it wears on your body, right? And like you said, he missed this season due to injury. And it's going to continue to happen down the road, which the injury rate in the NFL is 100%. So you can't avoid it, right? You just have to take care of your body well enough to be able to get back quicker, right?
So the Dallas Cowboys are clearly investing in a guy that let's be brutally honest. I like Dak.
How do you feel about? Did you see this deal coming?
I think it's crazy. I really do. I think it's crazy. I think it's Jerry Jones being a good owner. I mean,
being a classy. Do you think this is a classy move on him?
Yes, I do. As a player in the National Football League, you have to feel that way because let's be part of the reason, Joique, that everybody groaned when that injury happened. Number one, it was gruesome, okay? But number two, everybody knew in the back of their head this is a guy that was this close to a payday. And that I don't want to see that happen to anybody, even a Bear, okay? Lord forgive me for saying that. I don't want to see any man lose his payday.
Exactly.
You know? And so that was – but – right now, I mean, what is Jerry Jones investing in? Okay, and consider the source. I liked Dak at Mississippi State. I thought that was another guy that was being overlooked in the draft process. All right, but what has Dak won? He won dick. Really? I mean, let's be honest. He won a damn thing.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you're investing in a guy that has a torn knee. That whether people want to admit it or not, we have to wonder aloud. Is he ever going to be the same again? So there's two ways to look at it. Players, Jerry, mad respect. Mad respect. The common sense guy that I try to be and doesn't always work. What the hell are you thinking, Jerry? What do you, I mean, Joique, $160 million, $126 million guaranteed. This contract could be up to worth $164 million, a signing bonus of $66 million, a record $75 million in year one for a dude that had a horrific knee injury last year. Right? I mean, it's
No. As you say that, I sit back and I think he's getting all that money with that injury, and I couldn't even get my $2.5 million when I was here with Detroit. They wanted me to take that pay cut. We'll see how that worked out.
We'll talk about it when we come back.